To be the man, you gotta beat the man. It's Horseman Country. It's Take Three Wrestling Podcast. New look, new entrance. I guess we finally got past WrestleMania season.
We are past Mania season.
We are live in living color. Joe is on assignment right now for the Joe Movie Podcast. Some old hag by the name of Meryl Streep said, "There's no way I'm putting out a movie." There's no way that old hag said that I was going to put out a new movie and not have Joe Lopez from the Joe Movie Podcast see it on opening night.
I mean, that's the fact, Jack.
The illustrious Joe Movie Podcast.
I was like, oh yeah, it's opening night. We'll give him a pass.
So he's on assignment for the Joe Movie Podcast. He may sneak in here at some point before we wrap this bad boy up. But as you can see, people at home, new logos, new entrance music. We're excited for the newness that is the Take Three Wrestling Podcast. This seems to be our new WWE has their old Thanksgiving tradition. We have our post WrestleMania tradition, a tradition like none other.
That's
new
right.
Logos.
It feels like the right time to if you're gonna reset. We've always done it that way on 3CT. Like we haven't changed our logo. We're still using the old Titan logo, but we've tweaked the color scheme a bit. So we're going a little black ski over there. But yeah, I mean, I figure it's the right time. Like everything builds up to Mania. It's kind of like Christmas and New Year's Eve and New Year's Day all rolled into one. So if you're going to change it up, this feels like the right time to do it. I was playing around a little bit with some things, and it was either this or the purple ECW style, and you and Joe were very receptive to the WCW Monday Nitro style, and let it rip, man.
I mean, let's be real here. I'm originally from the DC area. If there's not anyone more WCW than the guy who was at Starrcade 97 and 98, I don't know who else is.
That's a great point. That is a great point.
So you hit the WCW. Wings. So yeah, we changed the logo and everything. Really happy about how that stuff transitioned. I finally was able to get 30 seconds of free time. I uploaded them to the Twitter and the podcast feed. Do you have while we're on the air doing live, do you have a longer one of the WCW logo that I can change the
you should
on the Twitter?
You should be able to rip the one right off the Facebook page.
Okay, I'll do that after the show.
That one should work on there. If it doesn't work, I can send you a different one.
All right, cool. We're doing all of our pre-work work on the show tonight because there's a lot of shit going on, not only in the wrestling sphere but in the sporting sphere. You have Hershey Bear hockey. I mean, but I also, as well, being a Caps fan, obviously support the Bears.
Yep.
My baseball team can't find their way out of a wet paper bag and has fired their entire coaching staff.
Yep. After they beat my baseball team 17-1, by the way.
I will say that decision was made Thursday night after the sweep was over, and their decision was, we ain't firing him in Boston because we won't survive.
Yes.
So that decision, I believe, was made either after the sweep or after they lost Friday night's game to you guys. Then they looked anemic this past week against whoever the fuck they played. That's how bad it was. I don't even fucking remember. I think it was Toronto. I watched you guys play a doubleheader today against the Houston Astros. You win game 1 by like 14, and then you lose game 2 by 13.
Yeah, that's about the most Baltimore Orioles thing in the entire world.
The Celtics are finding a way to let Philadelphia sports not only ruin our NHL viewing privileges, but our NBA viewing privileges.
I mean, buddy, you know that former co-host of the Take Three Wrestling Podcast, Ernest James Christian, when he posted the other day about how Boston had a quote cakewalk to the finals. You know that was bad news for you, buddy.
Yeah,
Like you knew. Like that's a problem for you.
I think there's a soundbite that I would like for you. There's a soundbite I'd like you to play.
Yeah, let me wait. Hold on. Where
Go fuck yourself.
There it is.
there it is. Or maybe
Go fuck yourself.
or maybe
Go fuck yourself.
or maybe
You're a dick, by the way.
or maybe
Fuck you.
I think there's one more. I don't think you. Yep, that one works too. There's one that I don't think that you have. That if I could put it out there, that we could get it on this. That's a good one too. The old school off is the direction that you could fuck.
oh wait, I think I might.
Off is the direction you can fuck.
That's about how I felt whenever I saw the words
Shut up,
cakewalk.
bitch.
Yep, that one. That one works too.
Yep. Yeah, that's yeah.
Cakewalk. All of those.
Shut your bitch ass up.
Shut your mouth.
Yep. Brutal.
Yeah, just
Shut your ass.
Yep. Yep. All of those suffice.
yep, all of them. Just all of them.
Just gonna give him the old dick twist.
Yeah. You're sitting here going,
What the fuck happened?
Yep.
What the hell is even that?
Who the hell is this?
Oh god, this is the best part of the show already.
oh, it's the best. Oh, and to that guy who said that thing, you say,
You suck, you jackass.
Yeah, exactly.
oh,
All right, so we have not sat down to discuss WrestleMania. We didn't have a show last week.
correct.
Scheduling stuff came up on both your end and my end. You guys recorded 3CT Wednesday.
We did.
You had hockey Thursday. We were thinking about trying to do a show after. It didn't suffice due to multiple of reasons.
Yes.
So I guess let's start our day with the show with the goods, the bads, and the uglies from WrestleMania.
The good night 2, the bad night 1. The ugly, the ads. I think like that it really was a tale of two manias. And look, I understand what they were doing with the staging and everything screen based so that you can kind of have two themes, one theme per night. Let's go ahead and package that idea up and throw it away.
Yeah, never break that out again. That was awful.
And I mean, here's the deal. And if you want to utilize screens for staging, I'm all for it. Like, that is fine. Have a theme for WrestleMania, right?
Yes.
Like, it is WrestleMania amusement park. It's WrestleMania jazz party. It's
Play button.
WrestleMania. Yeah, like it. WrestleMania. I mean, Philly was just simply WrestleMania XL. Like it did spoke for itself. The WrestleMania goes Hollywood. Like, and I understand that most of those are one night events, but like even in the 2-night events, you had WrestleMania in Tampa for 37. Even once you had fans back out, so you have
WrestleMania pirate ship.
The next year was in Dallas, WrestleMania Star. Cool. WrestleMania Hollywood, like the Hollywood Theater. WrestleMania XL. Last year, it looked like Vegas.
Yeah.
And I understand you didn't want to repeat last year's stage. Awesome. Cool. Give us what you gave us Sunday night for the entire show. Because the whole idea of a 2-night WrestleMania is you take one night of WrestleMania and you break it in half and you give us 2. So if you have a one-nighter that's going to be super long, you just break it in half. That's just 2 nights of the same look. You don't need to give us a second look. But yeah, night 2 was great from the jump. They didn't fuck up. they didn't do the thing that I said they were going to do. I thought they were going to make a mistake and have Brock beat Oba. They didn't do that, and we were off to the races. And it really was a really good night. Roman gets the win. I still would have had Punk winning myself personally, but it already appears Roman's, I think, made more appearances with the world heavyweight title than he made in like 6 months with the double titles before. So um I'm intrigued by that. Night 2 was great. Night 1 just it felt like great balls of fire, and like it was tough.
Night 1 really felt like it was. The matches on ESPN started it off just really flat, and
Yeah.
I don't know if it was maybe those weren't the right matches to put on the ESPN. Maybe it was the fact that you put a unsanctioned match that really felt like it should have been the end of a feud on live cable television, or as close to cable as you're going to get. So you kind of had to limit what you could do with that match, or it feels like you were limited with that match. And like, I get the whole I show speed and the cool stuff there, but those two matches were supposed to set the tone for the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
2 matches in, that tone looked like dog shit.
Yeah, it really did.
I mean, if you want to set the tone, you should have moved the women's fatal 4-way into that ESPN2 broadcast so that you could have at least had the Page pop.
Yeah.
Like, you open with that, you get the huge pop for Page being the return, because you knew that Nikki Bella was going to be out. You guys can tell us, oh, it's the worst kept secret in all of professional wrestling. It's not the Shockmaster, let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
But the reality of the situation is you knew she was going to be out.
Right.
Before you announced those matches that were going to be on ESPN too. So if you go that route, you put that match to start, you put the I Show Speed match at the end, your finishing feed before you go to quote unquote pay-per-view is the I Show Speed splash through the announce table on Logan Paul. There's your viral moment. There's your cool send-off. You go, bam, we're now live, ESPN Plus Premium. Go to the unsanctioned street fight right then and there.
Yeah, I mean, it is a bummer. The Page return, it is bummer. It is a bummer that it got spoiled.
Partially leaked.
Because I think it did diminish the pop. It didn't completely take it away, but it did diminish it. It would have been cooler if it would have been an actual surprise. But yeah, you're right. The matches that started night 1 were not the right one. I get why they did it, but they weren't the right ones to start that show. Yeah, it was strange, man. And so here's another thing too, and I mean, I know I said the ugly was the ads. So Saturday night it was the 3CT annual WrestleMania Invitational. So we're at Matt's, we're watching it on ESPN Unlimited. So we get the ads between each match. Sunday, we watched it, and I'll protect his name for protect the innocent. But we watched it at another friend's house who has one of the those fire stick gimmicks, and the feed that we had did not have ads. It had just like commercial break in progress, be back soon, with like Zen music in the background. And when I tell you that is like,
it's not like you have the Netflix feed.
maybe that's where it came from, like the international Netflix feed. But Tim says even the Netflix feed gets some ads. But yeah, it was just between matches, you kind of had this mental break, which has always been there. And like that's another point is like everybody keeps pointing out like the amount of match time versus like ad time. I was like, okay, well, you understand WrestleMania 17, regarded as the best WrestleMania of all time, had a 3 hour and 45-minute runtime. The actual match time was like an hour 30 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So like, or I think it was like 2 hours, and then like non-match time was like an hour 48. I'm like, so you understand they've always done this. It's just instead of seeing commercials for Backlash and backstage segments that are meaningless, we're getting commercials. I'm not saying it doesn't suck. I'm just saying that WrestleMania has always had, at least in the modern era, about a 60-40 split of wrestling versus non-wrestling on the broadcast.
60-40 seems real generous, but I
Yeah,
digress.
some years more or less. No, this year was more 50-50, but getting the feed that didn't have the commercials landed so much nicer, and I think contributed to feeling better about Sunday as well.
So we watched it at Joe's
Okay.
on the ESPN Premium
Yeah.
Saturday night. Fine. It is what it is. Went to the movie theater with a friend of the show, Craig, his girlfriend, Joe, his boyfriend, and his brother.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure we had the Netflix feed over there at the movie theater as well. Someone may have been streaming that for us on the down low.
Okay, I like that.
So we got the commercial break in progress. Do 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 do. It'd be like pictures of wrestlers or whatever. Then it would cut to 40 minutes worth of the Hulk Hogan documentary.
Okay.
Doing us like commercial clips of the goddamn Hulk Hogan documentary.
Brother.
Which is why I think we got the Netflix feed, because why else would Netflix be pushing their Hulk Hogan documentary WrestleMania weekend?
Oh, that's fair, brother.
Try that in a small town.
Yeah, brother.
So night 2 with the feed and all that, I was fine with it. But to me, WrestleMania kicked off Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes.
Okay.
Everything before that felt like, thank you for tuning into this week's episode of Sunday Night Heat.
Yeah.
I think Liv Morgan and Stephanie Vaquer are both incredible professional wrestlers. I think one or both of them is severely injured, and that's the reason why that match went as short as it did.
Yeah, that's tough, man. And to me, I think it's Stephanie, because Liv wrestled 17 minutes the next night or a Monday night after.
So like that sucked. Because if there are two women on the main roster that deserve to have a real match to culminate what they've been doing, is the two of them. So like that's why I say, to me, WrestleMania kicked off with Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton.
Oh, I agree.
If that would have been the opening match on night 2, you could have told me that WrestleMania was a one-night card and only showed me the Sunday card, and I'd have believed you.
Yeah.
As for night 2, they didn't do what you were afraid of, thankfully.
And for people who haven't been playing along the whole time, it was, I thought for sure Brock was going to beat Obafemi. And I'm like, and Ryan and I were talking about it. We were driving home from Matt's on Saturday. It's about a 45-minute drive.
Okay.
I said, the reviews of tonight are not great. WWE, because we knew Oba and Brock were starting the show. They had told us that from the start.
Correct.
I was like, WWE has a tremendous opportunity to start the show in a different feel than the way tonight ended.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, if they start and they just let Oba win, you've already set up night 2 to eclipse night 1 in terms of the way the fans view it.
Correct.
And it was like, and then we started like going down the card and going, okay, so let's just if Brock loses to Obafemi, and then we knew that we knew it was the Intercontinental. I was like, to me, it's a 2-dog race in that
Mhm.
match. It's Javon Evans wins, Penta retains.
Correct.
The third man that could have possibly been acceptable was Dragon Lee. I felt like JD McDonough, Rusev, Rey Mysterio, the fans were not really going to accept it. Now,
Rey Mysterio, they would have popped for.
they would have popped for it, but then like the dust would have settled. And you'd be like, what have we done?
Why did we
Oh.
put Pentagon Senior as the
Right. So it was like, just don't have Rusev or JD McDonough win it. So they so I'm like, WWE can start this show and turn the page on last night immediately. I said, or WWE gets in its own fucking way and you are going to lose a crowd for an entire show in one booking decision. Because if Brock wins, especially after night 1,
there ain't no
I
coming
was
back.
like, it's like, who gives a fuck if Javon Evan wins? You might as well have Rusev win it. And then it's like, do you care that Trick Williams is going to win? Does it matter if the Demon wins? Rhea Jade, who cares? Like, I'm like, like everything you wanted to accomplish in night 2 is going to be lost in the first match if you do it wrong.
Correct.
But yeah, to their credit, they did it right. 4 minutes, 46 seconds. It was perfect. You had a brief moment where you thought, oh my God, they're going to fuck this up just for a brief moment. And then they didn't. And also, to all the dorks out there trying to compare Obafemi no selling the F5 to Will Ospreay getting paradigm shifted on his busted ass neck. First off, doofus, go back and watch the 2 clips, because Will Ospreay, who again missed how many months with a career-threatening neck injury, gets paradigm shifted onto the mat, pops up, and completes his own finisher. Obafemi eats an F5, and keep in mind that paradigm shift came after about 20 minutes of wrestling.
Mm-hmm. We're the best wrestle.
We're the best wrestle. Obafemi, who's 27 years old, eats an F5 at the 4-minute mark of a match and doesn't just pop up, fucking struggles to get up, stumbles when he gets up. Oh, and then catches himself to powerbomb Brock Lesnar. Like, motherfuckers out here selling more in a 4-minute match than Will Ospreay selling in a 28-minute spectacle. And I'm not shitting on the Will. I'm shitting on the people who are trying to get mad that people dared to talk about his no selling when Obafemi did the same thing. No, he did not.
You know what? I'll talk shit for it, because here's my problem with it. Obafemi sold for a guy who, whether real, fake, right, wrong, or indifferent, may or may not have just went into business for himself by retiring at WrestleMania. Which,
Right.
if that is Brock Lesnar's final match, he did more for the business on the way out than others have.
For sure.
Sorry for anyone that wants to disagree with that assessment. If that's the case, maybe go look in the mirror and try that in a small town. And then you have Will Ospreay, who no-sold a paradigm shift from the former 3 and or 4-time AEW World Champion, former IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, former insert title here champion, former WWE champion, and Jon Moxley, who is the biggest act in your fucking company.
Mm-hmm.
But 20 minutes in, old Billy Goat can just no sell what has put some of the best wrestlers in the world out of commission. And we're supposed to believe Broken Neck can do it 20 minutes into a match with a guy who has been, quote, forged in combat.
Right.
What was that combat there, Dean Ambrose? Was it a pillow fight? Because now you've taken all the credibility in the world of the paradigm shift and have basically been like, that finishing maneuver sucks.
Yes.
No neck Will Ospreay could just no sell it and hit somebody with a hidden blade right after taking that move.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What's next? You're going to tell me that Darby Allin's going to be able to jump through a pane of glass and then beat MJF with a side headlock takeover?
Right.
I mean, you've now killed the paradigm shift for me. Like that move cannot be his finishing maneuver anymore because you just no-sold it
Right.
with Will Ospreay 20 minutes into a match. Oba at least rumble, stumble, fumbled, got up, caught a charging Brock Lesnar with a power bomb to win the match. And there are plenty of people that don't think that Brock Lesnar would do what he did. And those people also think that because, well, he's an old redneck and there's no way he'd ever put over somebody like Obafemi.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Lesnar is a businessman. You don't think Brock Lesnar knows, hey, I have an opportunity to help build something to take over, my legacy in this and be with me in this for the rest of my life? He
Yeah.
100% knew that Oba was the guy for the job. Now, if he decides to come back and face Gunther because Gunther goes after fucking Paul Heyman for keeping up his end of the deal in the match against Seth Rollins, that's another story for another part of the day, and we can have that conversation. But if that's the last match in Brock Lesnar's career, hell yeah, Brock. Hell yeah. For
Yeah.
being as questionable as you are with the alleged situation that you're involved with Vince McMahon, way to step up and do the right fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Rest of the show from there kicks off into high gear. I don't know that there was a match that I didn't enjoy on night 2.
No, I think I enjoyed the entire night.
The Rhea Ripley Jade Cargill match. Any person who wants to go back and go, well, Rhea Ripley couldn't carry Jade Cargill to a good match, feel free to go watch all of Jade Cargill's TBS title run. And then go watch that WrestleMania match and see how much better she is in ring.
Yeah.
Because that's where I will leave that. And then obviously the main event, CM Punk, Roman Reigns. I will tell you, I did not love the finish.
Okay.
I love the concept of the finish. I hate the finish.
Okay.
At that point, I would have rather Roman just choke Punk out.
Okay. I can see that.
The spear just doesn't the spear doesn't do it for me anymore as a finishing maneuver. I'm watching Braun Breaker get a 75-yard head start, hit Seth Rollins with a spear and almost go head first through the barrier, and Seth Rollins just walking out of the ringside area, just go like, "Wow, I just got hit by a car, but I'm walking on my own 2 feet." And I understand 40 minutes in, CM Punk Roman Reigns, you get hit with a spear, it's gonna be a little different. And then you're gonna tell me, well, Roman Reigns hit the ropes a second time.
Well, that's the extra, that one extra time. That's what does it, Mike.
At that point, I would have rather Punk go for the GTS, and as he's lifting him, he kind of like buckles, and it just ends with Roman grabbing the guillotine and finishing him off that way.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I know what they're presenting. The story from the beginning of this feud is Punk, you're old.
Father Time is always undefeated.
Is undefeated, and Punk is battling against Father Time, and he comes out fighting. And from the word go, he's kind of has the upper hand. But as time goes on, he's getting slower, he's getting weaker, and eventually, at the moment that he normally would hit the finisher, his old body gives out. Great, tremendous story. Don't tell me WWE can't tell stories when they want to, because they can and they do.
Oh, absolutely. Fantastic story.
Execution a little bit clunky. I'll give it that.
I will also say them getting the AFI theme.
Oh, I saw a post the other day, and people said like it was weird how Punk the AFI theme played, and they did the video, and then he walked out to the stage in silence before his music. But somebody said it wasn't weird. This is a guy who always wanted that moment, and he got to stand there and take in what could and probably will be his last true WrestleMania main event.
It will be absolutely the last time that he is the final match at WrestleMania.
Yeah. So he wanted that moment to stand there and embrace it. And I think that's tremendous.
And if there's any person in the professional wrestling landscape that earned that moment, it's Phil from Chicago.
Absolutely. And one other thing, that the bad or the ugly, not sure which category it falls under. If we are going to do mid to late April WrestleManias on the left coast of the country, no more 6 p.m. Eastern start times in buildings that have transparent roofs. Because Roman's entrance, the Demon's entrance, Punk standing on the stage, Randy's entrance, Cody's entrance. Like, I think that's another reason why it didn't quote unquote feel like WrestleMania, because it's ending in the daylight. Now, next year, I understand in the United States, it will end in the daylight. It's not going to end in the daylight where WrestleMania is currently scheduled to be. We don't know if it'll stay there, but it is currently scheduled to be in Riyadh. So it'll be daylight here, but it'll be nighttime in WrestleMania.
God, how are we going to feel about that, by the way?
Dude, I've thought about it. And it's going to be weird.
Okay.
It's going to be weird. But
Very.
I also do kind of like the idea of next year we can go to Matt's for breakfast get subs at Hefty Lefties to have for lunch while we're watching WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
And then instead of recording a Tuesday podcast, we can go live in the evening to recap WrestleMania Saturday and be home when it's barely dark out. Like, I'm not going to say that I'm in favor of it happening every year. What I am saying is every now and again, I feel like it's going to be a fun twist of fate, especially at 42 years old.
You're selling me on a Pennsylvania trip next year for
Dude,
WrestleMania.
Hefties be leftying.
I mean, from the talks of it, it sounds like I need to get up there. And now this is now leaning heavily towards doing it because guess what else could possibly be a thing? I don't know, a fucking night baseball game,
I mean, there's that possibility.
depending on what time WrestleMania gets over.
I mean,
I heard the Barnstormers are playing.
yeah, I mean, dude, you figure it
At,
was
at this pace, you're done by 7.
right. So if they do 6 p.m. start time.
Well,
Let
what
me
time?
see.
What time do
What
they
is
start the Rumble?
Let me
2?
see. Royal Rumble 2020. Oh yeah, 2026 start time. It started at 2 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, you
Okay.
run that back. You run that back. We're looking at 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like night one of WrestleMania this year was a 4-hour show. 4 hours from start to finish. So you start at 2 p.m. for WrestleMania. You're done at dinner time. There's a baseball stadium in York. York Revolution, baby. Let's
go,
go.
baby.
Like, you're gonna tell me WrestleMania's gonna be over at 6 o'clock? Okay, I can do that.
WrestleMania play button. It was the weirdest fucking thing.
I bet, man.
SoFi Stadium, weirdest fucking thing. I'm like, man, we just sat through 2 nights of WrestleMania, and I just watched Roman Reigns beat Cody Rhodes in a match that he shouldn't have won. And then it's like, how am I going to drown my sorrows? It's 7:30. Hey Joe, you want to go to fucking In-N-Out?
Oh, Broken Matt Hardy returned on TNA tonight, apparently.
Oh, he will delete you.
Yes.
They must be still fighting the righteous.
Yes.
All right. So before we get into the next part of the week of wrestling, I want to do this because I think this is a fun concept. I'm spurring this on you at the no getting ready, no plans, nothing. 12 months, 9 months, 6 months, 3 months post Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
14 match WrestleMania card. Predict 7 matches that you think happen in Riyadh tentatively.
Currently scheduled to be in Riyadh.
Correct. I won't make you do all 14 matches because
Okay.
that takes a shit ton of like, how about use this person? Where do I put this like give me 5 to 7 matches that you think could take place. Now in 9 months we'll do a full prediction card and I'll keep track of all of ours and see if we get anything right.
Punk versus Cody.
For a title or not for a title?
That's tough because, like, are we going to do the Cody fucking loses it and then just wins it right back game again? Or are we going to have him carry it the whole way through? God dang.
Because I have that match on my card as well.
I think they'll find a way to make it for the title.
I think they make it for the title, but I don't think Cody walks in with the title.
Oh, okay.
Money in the Bank Phil may be a thing.
Oh, okay. I know it's probably very improbable. Rock versus Roman.
I have Roman in something else because I don't think The Rock's coming back.
Okay.
That's Seth Rollins.
Okay. If it's not The Rock, I think that's a great second option. So Rock Roman
Mm-hmm.
for the title.
Mm-hmm. I do not have Roman versus Seth for the world title.
I think it'll be for the title.
I do not, because my world title picture is a little bit interesting.
Okay. Bianca versus Rhea.
You think she'd be able to pop that kid out that fast?
I mean, she's got to be halfway through her pregnancy, maybe. Do we
I'm just
know that?
asking. I don't know. I'm just asking if you think, because most of the time with the female wrestlers, it's been a little bit over a year.
Her due date is expected. She's roughly 6 months pregnant as of late April, according to Google search. Her due date would be expected in sometime in the summer. So that would give
So
maybe,
even if we're saying July 1st,
right, August, September, October, November, December,
it's
January, February,
possible.
March. That's like 8 months. I mean, here's the deal, man. She is in incredible physical condition for being 6 months pregnant.
Oh, I agree.
So if there's anybody that I feel like can make a quick turnaround, it's Bianca Belair.
I agree with you. My Rhea Ripley match is Io Sky.
Ooh, okay.
Because
I like.
I do have Bianca Belair in a match as well. It's the triple threat match between her, Jade, and Naomi.
I love that. I have Io and Asuka.
I think we're getting a culmination for that at Summerfest.
Probably. But
I will say my world heavyweight title match is a match of the future.
okay.
World heavyweight champion Obafemi versus Braun Breaker.
Ooh, yeah. That I like it that. I think we're gonna go rematch from Play Button. Bella Twins versus AJ Lee and Paige.
I could see that. That'd be fun for the tag titles.
Because I feel like if we're gonna get a like nostalgia mania, next year's the one.
Yeah.
So that means I've done 5.
Mm-hmm.
Ray versus Dom.
Mullet versus retirement.
Mullet versus career.
Yep, that makes sense.
And I don't know who Oba's wrestling. He would obviously, barring injury, be there.
Mm-hmm.
And it should be a big spot.
Is this Gunther?
In
your eyes, because I have him versus Braun.
It could be. I mean, Braun would be a great one. It could be Gunther. I won't predict an Oba match just because I just don't know. If Kevin Owens can get healthy and return, I feel like it could be a Kevin Sammy match.
With each other or against each other?
I think against.
Okay. I do have a random, and I preface this with quote for Riyadh match because the Saudi Arabian fans seem to love themselves some blonde-haired women.
I mean, who doesn't?
Women's title, the champion, the best women's champion of all time, Liv Morgan versus Sol Ruka.
Oh, I love that. Very respectful match. My last one, I did Danhausen versus Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Was there a more over person at WrestleMania than Danhausen?
Absolutely not. I watched anything he did that entire weekend, and I'm like, look, AEW may be where the best wrestle, but it's also where the owner of the company doesn't know how to make easy money. How do you fuck that up, man? They made that motherfucker wrestle. You don't need to make him fucking wrestle. And when you do, you make it into like a joke wrestle match.
You do
Because the dude
exactly what
weighs-
he did with Kit Wilson.
Exactly. The dude weighs 80 pounds, fucking soaking wet.
Buddy, hey, you can't say that too loud. They have a 93-pound soaking wet champion.
Well, that's true. Yeah. Overhausen doesn't even begin to describe it. Just absolutely printing money. And here, like, and the other thing too is like, I mean, fucking, they can make the shittiest looking lucha masks ever for the fucking NFL promotion, but you couldn't make a Penta mask. How did you not have Penta masks day one?
Yeah,
You know
him
who
and Ray
did?
Phoenix both.
You know who did? WWE. The day that motherfucker debuted on Monday Night Raw, guess what you could buy in the shop? Penta mask.
Pentamask.
Like, man, for a wrestling company that started as a merchandise company, they don't know how to merchandise their company at all.
No.
But yeah, there's my 7 for now.
Yeah, give me anything Danhausen related. Every video that I find of him on TikTok, I share to you almost immediately. Just because it's like, if there's other people that are going to get entertainment value out of Danhausen, it's got to be you. The one with the Penta walk that I shared with you yesterday.
Yeah. My God. My God. Just amazing.
That and the one where he goes around backstage with the bald cap on. That's Cold Steve.
Cold Steve. And that's why I say he's going to have a match with Cold Steve.
And then somebody's like, "What?"
Because that's exactly what Stone Cold should be doing at next year.
Correct. Arrive, stun some people, leave.
Leave.
Just have fun with it. All right, so we had a great weekend with night 2 of WrestleMania ending and all of that, and the Bloodline's back, and then Friday occurred, and a lot of people unfortunately lost their job on Friday.
Yep.
A few that we were shocked by, some that we kind of understood, a couple that we were like, well, are we really going to miss them all that much? And then, we had a conversation about, like, are there people that were, like, genuinely surprised that weren't part of this? And obviously I don't have the full list in front of me, but Aleister Black, Zelina Vega, Apollo Crews, the entire Wyatt Sick, I'm trying Kairi Sane.
Mm-hmm.
Those were I think the biggest names that were released. I've watched a couple of videos on the internet about the Motor City Machine Guns were the other one.
Oh yeah, obviously.
And there's where's everyone going to end up? I mean, I think some of them do end up in AEW. I'm looking at you, Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah. So I have the full list here.
Okay.
alphabetical order: Alba Fire, Alistair Black, Andre Chase, Apollo Cruz, Bo Dallas, developmental talent Chris Island, Dante Shen from NXT, Dexter Loomis, Eric Rowan, Joe Gacy, Kyrie Sane, Luca Crucifino from NXT, Malik Blade from NXT, Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, Nikki Cross, Santos Escobar, Serena Linton from LFG, Trill London from NXT, Tyra May Steele from LFG, Tyreek Igwe from NXT, Tyson DuPont from NXT, and then Zelina Vega and Zoe Stark.
Luca Cristofino was part of the Tony D'Angelo family.
Mm-hmm.
He has since announced that he is retired.
He got whacked.
Yeah, he got whacked and then he retired.
Okay.
So I don't know. Like, I don't think he'll end up anywhere. Zoe Stark obviously still recovering from her knee injury. I won't be surprised if she ends up back in WWE sooner rather than later.
Possibly.
I think this also could be one of those, we're parting ways, but the door's always open for returns with some of these people.
Oh, I think the door's always open for most people that don't burn a bridge.
I don't think the Guns are coming back.
Nor should they. I mean, like,
they
was
had
it
their
cool?
moment. It was cool. Let's
Was
move
it
on.
cool to see them win the tag titles? Sure, but I'm more shocked that they ever showed up in WWE than shocked that they got fired.
I'm more surprised they ever ended up on the main roster and just weren't guys on NXT.
You know, the saddest reality, and we did talk about this on 3CT, is I'm not necessarily 100% surprised by anybody. I mean, the Kyrie Sane one was weird because she was active, but come to find out now, a week later, that she kind of asked to be released because she wants to go back to Japan. I think the disappointing one is, I mean, Alistair Black and Zelina was a bit surprising because you always thought there was potential there, but I mean, you've now had two major wrestling companies not to know what to do with this guy multiple times. I'm not saying it's a him problem. I'm saying it's his look and character problem, maybe.
I was gonna say I think it's a gimmick problem, and if he ain't willing to change the gimmick,
then
it becomes a him problem.
We got a problem, pal. But the one that's I think probably feels the most disappointing is the Wyatt Sixes, because you go back to that debut, you go back to the lead up to it, the White Rabbit stuff, the videos, and then you get to the debut, and it's just them basically murdering Monday Night Raw and destroying Monday Night Raw. And then they came out the next week, and you're like, man, this is going to fucking work. And then, like, 2 weeks later, they ship him to Friday Night SmackDown. And then they started a feud with the Tongans that only ended because they got fired. And it's like, if you're going to give a faction, a team, a wrestler, a debut like you gave the Wyatts, please, for the love of all things holy, have a plan. And I understand that plans can change if people get hurt and blah, blah, blah.
Well, I mean, Bo got hurt,
but you have 4 other people. So figure it out. Get creative with it.
I mean, they won the tag titles and defended them like -3 times. Like, I get Bo was hurt, but like, this is where you have to then use Redwood and Nikki and Loomis and Gacy, and like, let Loomis and Gacy go out there and defend the tag titles and like go crazy in the match and like get disqualified and like show that these guys are loose cannons and their only saving grace is Uncle Howdy. When Howdy ain't there, the boys will play. You know, like, use that. Like, and like you said, I will be unapologetically a mark here. I know, and not to speak for you, I know you are a big Bray Wyatt guy.
Yeah.
I'm a big Bray Wyatt guy. Like, it felt like those guys being there was the last attachment to Bo. What was the last attachment to Bray?
Yeah.
Now they're not there, and now this is the first time in a long time that we live in a world where it's like we don't have Bray Wyatt.
Right.
We
Like
have
that
nothing.
universe is gone.
Yeah, and it's like holy shit. Like, I don't want to be that guy, but it feels like we're living that all over again. Like we just lost Bray again.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck, man. Like I hate to compare people getting released to him no longer being on Earth, but they were
I
the
mean, it sucks. They carried. Wow, that may have been the worst 15-second stretch for the Oilers. So they scored to make it 3-2, but it was kicked in.
great.
And
And they go
so then
down on
they
the
drop the
goal.
puck, Ducks go down the ice, score. So it goes from being 3-2 to 4-1 in a matter of seconds. Woof. Gee, shocking, Edmonton. You once again failed to get a goaltender, and it works out poorly for you. God,
Yep.
what a fucking dumb franchise, man. You have an all-time player, and you're just like, let's not put anybody around him. Let's not put anybody who can stop a beach ball. What a dumb franchise. Anyway, but yeah, it's a major bummer for that group that put, you could tell, put so much effort into what that could have been, and unfortunately the company couldn't see it through. But yeah, I mean, it sucks for a lot of people. I think there's going to be opportunities for some people to eventually return. I think there's going to obviously be um landing spots for people to end up in um AEW or TNA or some other places, but yeah, we'll see what happens with them.
I shared a video with you on the Instagram earlier of Dexter Loomis.
Yes, I had seen that actually just before you had sent it to me as well.
I love the fact that him and Indy are still doing the whole fucking.
Oh, it's fantastic.
If there are two people who are more of like wrestling marks than Dexter Loomis and Indy Hartwell, feel free to introduce them to me because I will fucking tell you that you're wrong.
Yeah. Pure gold. Sign me up.
For those of you that don't know, the NXT they got quote married, and it was actually the picture that Dexter shared when he announced his release of him opening his suit jacket with the hatchet inside of it from the wedding, where that was what he said whenever they made the comment. If anyone has any reason why these two should not be wed, please speak now. And he just turned to everybody and opened the fucking jacket to show the act. So hilarious.
Perfect.
Love the fact that was what he used whenever announcing his he was gone. But yeah, I love the fact that they're tuning back into that. Dexter Loomis will probably be GCW World Champion by the end of the year.
I would imagine.
Anybody besides the Guns that you think end up in AEW?
When she gets healthy, I honestly could see Zoe Stark there as well. I think there's also a possibility for Apollo Crews to end up there.
Okay. I think Apollo ends up probably going to Japan first.
Okay.
I think and I think the Guns are the only ones that I think are guaranteed to end up in AEW. I think Alistair and Zelina end up going to TNA.
I do too.
I don't want to do a full prediction thing for all this because there's just so many of them. But
Yeah.
I do think that that's something that will be interesting to see over the next couple weeks. 90-day no compete clause for most, if not all of them. I know Dexter on his post, I think it says what the fuck was it? 924 or something. So that makes sense. All right. Wrestling potpourri. It's kind of what this has been.
Yeah, a little bit.
Was there anything else that I said that I wanted? Oh, there is one last thing, and then we can go to Wrestlers of the Week if you want, or if you want to bring something to the table. Sure. WrestleMania Night 1 ends, and then Randy Orton turns on Pat McAfee. Then he doesn't turn on Pat McAfee. Then he does turn on Pat McAfee. And then Mrs. Pat McAfee puts on her Instagram a story of Pat sitting on a chair overlooking the Las Vegas Strip with the neck brace of doom on, saying that she's thankful that Pat's finally out of the business. And we know that the stipulation was that if Randy lost, Pat would be done. Pat went on his show and said that he was done and was keeping his word. I know there are a lot of people here that are not a big fan of Pat McAfee. I know there's a lot of people who hated listening to Pat McAfee, whether it be promos, whether it be commentary, whether it be anything else. But if there is someone, and I'm going to use Pat's old slogan here, for the brand, then Pat McAfee, I want you to introduce them to me, because that guy is a professional wrestling fan.
Oh, for sure.
That got to live out every other professional wrestling fan's dream.
Absolutely.
He got to do things that some of the greatest wrestlers in the world will never get to do. He got to be in War Games. He got to be on WrestleMania multiple times, including having matches on WrestleMania. He's commentated WrestleManias. He's brought in WWE into his home
He
in
got
Lucas Oil Stadium.
stone cold stunned and beer bashed by Stone Cold Steve Austin in what could possibly be Austin's last WrestleMania.
He wrestled the final match of Vince McMahon's career.
Right? I am more in the not a fan of Pat McAfee than I am a fan of Pat McAfee. I thought his first run on commentary was spectacular. I thought his second run was the complete opposite. I think in terms of worldview things, won't dig deep into it, but I think people are starting to see through some of his BS.
No BS, Paul White. Sorry.
But Pat McAfee has no business being as good as he was in the professional wrestling sphere. I think the unfortunate thing for him is he is a product of oversaturation. And he was also a product of WWE interfering in the wrong feud.
Yes.
Because, and I know that there was rumors that if it wasn't McAfee, it was going to be Aleister Black and Zelina. To which I say, why? You have Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. The story writes itself for the two of them. Guys that came up together, wrestling families, were in a faction together. Cody disappears for a number of years, comes back, gets the title. Now he's on top of the world. Randy hasn't been on top of the world in a number of years. Gets the chamber, has to pick Cody, or has to pick the SmackDown title because Roman's already picked Punk. Like, it wasn't, and it was supposed to be Drew. Like that, when Orton flipped that switch, like that was some of the most brilliant storytelling, because it was supposed to be easy. It was supposed to be a guy that he could easily hate and easily fight. And now he has to go to a dark place against one of the people that he has cared about through his entire career. That is the easiest of storytelling. And somehow you manage to muddy it up with Jelly Nuts and Pat McAfee. TKO, I beg you, stop it. You want to get celebrities involved? Fine. I don't mind celebrity involvement. I know I joke about the Costco dorks, but who gives a fuck? They're on fucking pre-show matches.
0 hour, baby.
Like, they're not getting pay-per-view time. Bad Bunny had some of the best pay-per-view moments of that year. Take me back to that entrance in Puerto Rico, man.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking unreal. He's so good. And Pat McAfee, when he's wrestled in NXT and stuff, he's been great. This wasn't the spot for it. You want to put McAfee and Jelly Nuts as part of a fucking Grayson Waller, Austin Theory feud? Nobody's gonna be upset.
If they wrestle with Cody and Randy at Backlash,
nobody gets upset.
But the fact of the matter is this: the Pat McAfee run ends because they finally decided to do something that they should have never have done, which was turn Pat heel.
Uh-huh.
They turned him heel. That was stupid. He was believable as a face. He always got cheered. Everybody always did the whoa with his song. Everyone did the dance. It was fun. Pat McAfee, 6 months before that, got choked out by Gunther in a match that he had no fucking right being as good as he was in. That he was as good as he was in.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we turning him heel? And this tells me one drastic thing. And this is how I genuinely feel. Pat McAfee wasn't supposed to be on the other end of that phone.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think they had somebody else in mind. And somebody else told him no. And they were already too far deep. And I don't think Pat was ever supposed to be on the phone. I wouldn't be surprised if Pat's contract wasn't coming to an end, kind of like some of these other people who may have just been released, aka we're not renewing your contract.
Mm-hmm.
And Pat said, okay, I'm going to take time off. Whether we never see Pat McAfee again or not, I don't know. Is there a chance down the road you may see him do a one-off if there's a WrestleMania in Indianapolis or a Royal Rumble at Lucas Oil, something like that? Sure. And if that's the case, I'm all for it. The days of Pat McAfee being a weekly commentator on Monday Night Raw is over.
Yeah, done.
So maybe Pat said, I'm ready to go home and be a dad. And, you know, if you need me for things, hey, break glass in case of emergency. Cool. We love that, Pat. You want to do this one thing on the way out?
Mm-hmm.
You're goddamn right I do.
Right.
Sucks that it had to be involved in that feud. Because there was no winning.
No.
Once you were involved in that feud. But damn, I will say the run that Pat McAfee had in WWE television, pretty fucking impressive.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Now go fucking be a dad. Go enjoy your show. Get ayahuasca guy off your fucking
Yeah,
team.
see you at College Game Day.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, and because if he brings the same energy, that's what makes College Game Day so much fun.
Yeah, look, I'm not the biggest Pat McAfee guy, but give me the bro relationship between Pat McAfee and Nick Saban every week.
Oh yeah. And then you throw Kirk Herbstreit and his awesome dog Peter in there every once in a while.
Well, Herbstreit can get fucked. That the dog is fine.
Yeah, Pete. We love Peter.
We love
keep
Peter.
Peter
You
around.
can't dislike Peter, but Herbstreit can back himself into a fucking hedge like Homer Simpson leaving the fucking room.
Damn, you hate yourself some Kirk
Dude,
Herbstreit.
get the fuck. Yeah, that guy is a fucking two-faced fucking dweeb. Fuck him.
All right, well I've touched the nerve with Kirk Herbstreit.
Fuck him. But yeah, just give me McAfee feeding Nick Saban tomahawk steaks.
Yeah, I'm in.
Every Saturday. I'm fucking in on that, man. Absolutely.
All right, wrestlers of the week.
Are we going back to Mania, or are we just doing the past 7 days?
No, I think we should go back to Mania because I think that's a genuine part of the last couple of weeks of professional wrestling. So I'm okay with including WrestleMania.
All right. Then Oba Femi, because he fucking probably just retired Bronk Lesnar. That ponytailed bitch, Bronk Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar.
Oh my god.
Brock Lesnar.
Bronk Lesnar.
I'll take Cody Rhodes. I feel like he had the first real It's WrestleMania match of the year of the 2 nights. So give me the old nightmare narcotic.
There you go. I mean, main event of WrestleMania, new world champion. Give me Roman Reigns.
Ramen Noodle Reigns. I will go ahead and I'll take Liv. I'll take Little Liv. Even though her new entrance / music video.
It's great on mute.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if we're being honest about it.
Glad you said it.
Yeah, the song not great. Good for her though. She is absolutely killing it. Like,
oh, absolutely. Fantastic.
Like, they finally figured out how to make Liv Morgan work, and it's been awesome. New women's champion, Rhea Ripples.
Yeah, give me her in white gear all the time.
So great.
Yeah, white gear Rhea for the win.
Always.
The last one here, we could go a couple of different ways. I could talk about Royce Keys winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Talk about Tiffany Stratton becoming the new Women's United States Champion this past Friday night on the SmackDown. I could talk about Penta retaining it in a hell of a ladder match. We could also discuss Bianca Belair for being pregnant. Montez Ford for being a confirmed one-time sex haver.
Yes.
But I'm going to go the way of the Lemon Peppa Steppen, the new Men's United States Champion, in his CVS receipt entrance jacket. Give me old Trick Willie. Trick Williams.
Whoop that trick.
I will say I have not laughed as hard as when Craig sent me the meme of him with the CVS receipt.
Oh my god.
I laughed.
And dude, it hit so perfect for me because like my wife gets coupons from them like all the time. Like we've made more trips to CVS in the past like 6 weeks than we've maybe made in the past like 6 years. And to get and dude, it is literally like you can go in there and buy a chapstick and you'll get a fucking receipt that could fill my basement and I could use it as a blanket. Like, so him like that fucking meme popped me so hard.
It's so good.
Fucking hard. It was absurd.
Oh shit, it was so good.
Yeah.
All right.
Perfect.
That was Wrestlers of the Week. Well, go listen to the Joe Movie podcast. So we'll talk about the Devil's Wear Prada too.
Yes.
Jimmy, got anything else before we go?
No, check out 3CT. We had our live show this week. Tuesday podcast will be coming out. We had an extra long Tuesday podcast that dropped earlier this week. Go check out our Instagram and Facebooks and stuff. We had a Tuesday Boys Day out, and there was adventures to be had over there. So that was a lot of fun. It was a good day. Huddle Up podcast, still in the off-season mode, may get some off-season content shortly. So stay tuned for that as a possibility. Same with Discussions with a Nobody. It's been crazy over here, so I just haven't gotten the itch to record anything, but I'll try to do that sometime here soon.
You can follow the show at Take the Number 3 Wrestling. You can follow me on the Twitter at They Call Me Burn. Honestly, they say that this is where the big boys play. The optimal word there is play. Next week, to be the man, you got to beat the man. Come back next week and join us right here on the Take 3 Wrestling podcast. For Joe and Jim, I'm Mike. Until then, good night.